following message to the leaders of America and leaders of NATO. This is a quote. President Putin on successful launch of the Sarmat ICBM. Remember, that is the Satan II missile. The missile that is capable of wiping out an entire state, like the state of Texas in the United States of America. So they say that President Putin on successful launch of the Sarmat ICBM, this unique weapon will strengthen combat potentials of our armed forces, reliably ensuring security versus external threats, and it will be a wake-up call for those who try to threaten our country in a frenzy of rabid, aggressive rhetoric. Now, who do you think they're talking to there as the United States of America sets up its positions in allied countries? Who do you think they're talking to there as NATO sets up its positions around Russia? All of these nations have openly said that their goal is to destabilize Russia. And in turn, we are being destabilized here in America. The Russian government is warning the USA by saying, quote, "We are increasingly alarmed by the mushrooming statements by the U.S. administration about their intention to continue massive deliveries of weapons and military equipment for armed forces and their opposition, of Russian opposition and leaders, despite the hopeless, they say, situation of those American counterparts." The U.S. State Department is warning that China is preparing a similar offensive to Russia, saying that the U.S. State Department has seen China parrot the same ideology and language that the USA heard from the Kremlin, including the concept of invisible security. In response now to the consideration that the United States of America and NATO will stand in direct opposition of Russia and China in the next world war, in, of course, China and Russia's want for global dominance, the U.S. government is reported to have shifted its goals with the understanding that the calculation now is clear, and the goal must be to slow down and inflict maximum damage against this push. Making things worse here at home, the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is warning the world is probably not going to go back to pre-pandemic economies. Powell continues to stress that it is clear that globalization has slowed, and it may soon be seen as going into reverse. He continues to warn that our goal is a soft landing, but that may prove unobtainable, with the concern that, quote, less globalization means higher inflation and lower productivity. We are having now members of all areas of the government in the United States of America warn that the supply chain is at risk. We're having now members of all economic teams that provide their information to the hedge funds and to the American government and to international organizations, including the United Nations. They are all warning that the supply chain is at risk. They're saying that we have maybe weeks left before we start to see a massive curtail in our ability to go and just get the food that we want to get at the grocery store. It does.
And whatsoever you shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments.